Good to be here, Nick.
Hey man, good to have you.
Yeah. So where are we in Dallas?
We're in Sunnyvale.
Okay.
East of town a little ways.
Cool.
Out in the peace and quiet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's an awesome spot you have here.
Thank you.
Little man cave kind of
Kinda,
setup.
yeah. It's coming together. We've been in here about a year now, and piece by piece, it's coming together.
Okay. And it's quiet in here, which means I guess everyone's out selling.
Yeah, there was a tornado last night in Longview, which is another hour and a half east.
Okay.
So they're out there helping some of our clients from the past couple of years that we've got.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Sounds like everybody's okay, but
Okay. Good.
some crazy trees through roofs and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And you have no warning when a tornado comes, right?
It's not even on NOAA or any reports or anything.
Really?
Yeah, it just popped up on Facebook this
Wow.
morning, and that was it.
Wow. Good old social media.
Good old social media.
So what's keeping you guys busy these days? You got some consulting projects you're working on? I see the board over here. It's
Yeah.
chock full of estimates and projects.
Last year it was crazy, man. It was like 75% commercial compared to residential, and this year is going to be, I think, at least that.
Oh yeah?
We had a good storm here, but it's a tough market this year in Dallas. Tougher than usual.
Couple roofing companies in
There's
town?
a couple, 2, 3, 100.
1,000.
Yeah,
I heard
something like that.
7,000. Someone said.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Who knows what it really is?
Yeah.
So, well, hopefully this, as of today, we're waiting to hear that the registration for Texas will go through. Then we'll know exactly how many there are.
Oh, okay.
Legitimate companies, anyways.
Right.
So, we'll see. Today's the day. We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, but commercial stuff. Yeah, we got, like you said, the board's full up. A lot of wind damage, hail damage all over the place, all over the state, from San Antonio, San Marcos, East Texas, West Texas, all over, man.
Awesome. And you guys are just doing it all. Now, are these your projects, or I know you're partnering up with other roofing companies and other contracting companies on some of these, or?
Yeah, most of the stuff on the board's ours, but
Okay.
we've got the roofers helping roofers going on,
Okay.
and hashtagging that a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't do a lot of hashtagging. That's a good one. We've
Yeah.
teamed up with Nick Bass from Greenleaf Roofing.
Great guy. Smart guy.
Really
That's
smart
tough.
guy. Yeah, good, solid people. It's definitely aligned with the right guys on this thing.
Okay.
He and I were both kind of doing it on our own. Even back to 2016 when I first got to Texas, I installed a big apartment complex for another contractor that I know from Illinois.
Okay.
They needed some help down here, so that's kind of what started it for me. And he's been doing a ton of it. He's probably done 3 times as much as I have for other guys.
Okay.
But we all have something unique to bring to the table, and it's just kind of organically happened. Started putting it out there on social media and things like that just a few months ago after, just working with guys that we knew locally.
Yeah.
And now it's like people all over the country. Like I said, you were just here. I had a call from a guy in Florida.
Yeah.
That has a big job down there and wants to bring us in on. So I know guys that are licensed down there that we can run it through, and I can, consult from the background. And
yeah. So explain it. Like, it's taken off, and like what exactly is the model, and like what types of clients or companies are you kind of partnering up with?
So there's a lot of guys, a lot of companies that are either individuals, or there's just a couple, or smaller companies like I used to be.
Right.
SVG is helping scale all of these companies up, right?
Yeah.
And they're growing and growing and growing, and they're great guys. There's guys, we're being very selective who we work with. We want guys that have their office put together, so it's not, we're not having to hold their hand through the whole thing.
Right.
They're put together.
Yeah.
Respectful people, have a good presence online. But they only do residential. They've never done a big flat roof or TPO or even a 2,000 or 2,500 square shingle job on an apartment complex. The logistics when you get into that stuff
a little more complex.
A little more complex.
Okay.
There's a lot of safety stuff you got to think about, and just the sale of it. So what we do when somebody comes to us is we've got a couple ways. We'll go in their clothing, or we'll go just as in our own as a certified installer.
Okay.
And they'll just bring us in as that, and we'll just kind of help them coordinate and sell the job, contract it, meet the adjusters, meet the engineers, whatever we got to do to help them.
Okay.
As long as we're guaranteed to put the roof on for them in the end.
Okay.
Which we have that figured out up front.
Right.
So there's that way, but then there's also other guys that don't have any presence. It's just them. They're still working out of their house, which again, I used to do.
Yep, so did I.
I worked out of my basement, my parents' basement back in the day. I worked out of a house when I first moved here. You know, I had a 4-bedroom house that I had set up as an office, but I lived in, one of the bedrooms is mine.
Yep.
Until now we got this place. You know, it's scaled crazy in the last few years.
Super cool to see, yeah.
So we'll bring them in and we'll contract the job.
Okay.
And we'll do everything start to finish. And we'll teach them the whole way. We'll keep them involved the whole way.
Okay.
But we contract it.
So it's your liability and your...
And we just pay them as a salesman.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's a lot of different ways it can go. A lot of different projects, a lot of really cool projects. Schools and huge apartment complexes and just tons of stuff, you know. If you're a guy that does all residential, but
right.
you have an aunt who's got a friend who's got a whoever that's the property manager at this place, you've got the in.
Right.
You got that job. They want you.
And you want to help. You want to be able to help them.
So they don't know exactly how it goes. They bring us in and we basically gift wrap it for them.
Perfect.
So it's been going really well.
And all types of commercial systems, or do you have any specialties, or?
You name it, man. Yeah, you name it. We don't do a ton of PVC.
Okay.
That's probably the least of what we do. A lot of TPO.
Okay.
A lot of flat roof TPO, mod bit. We're just starting to work for the last few months with Jonathan Sherwood with JMT Developers.
Heard of him?
Yeah, you know Jonathan.
Yep.
He does the fluid applied restorations, and
Definitely.
the guy's killer. I mean, killer. He really knows his stuff. So we've been starting to get into that too, because in Texas we've got a lot of rock ballast roofs.
Right.
And that's a really good solution for that. We had a big need, and when we met him and he dropped his knowledge on us, we're like, I was real skeptical about foam before, but when it's applied right, it's a really good system. So we cover all spectrums.
And that's something pretty specialized, right? The fluid applied.
Very.
Not many people specialize and know how to do that whole system.
Right. Yeah. Very few guys in the country are actually legitimately tuned to that system.
Yeah.
And that's why I've had a lot of issues in the past, because I just didn't have the right people.
Right.
So now the three of us have aligned, and it's going
That's
really
cool.
well.
Yeah, I just talked to Jonathan today. He flew in from Denver. I guess he's
Yeah.
flying all over the country doing these projects for other people that need
guys
help
like
with
Paul
them.
Reed. Yeah, he's out there doing a big one for Paul Reed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's been so. How do you and Atlas have all this experience with all these commercial systems?
It happened quickly. I got tied in with a property management company when I first got here. I had the big job that we shot for SVGU, the TPO build course.
Oh yeah.
So we did that one. I've done some smaller stuff, but that was the first really big one.
Okay.
And I brought in a guy that was a 30-year vet in the industry to come in and do the job right. I wanted to make sure the customer was, got the proper service and got the quality of work.
Right.
Without me just going out and hiring a crew.
Yeah.
I actually didn't hire Nick Bass for that job.
Okay.
That was the first time I ever met him.
Oh yeah.
He came out and looked at it and gave me a price, and I chose to go with another guy that was higher priced.
Okay.
Just because I didn't know Nick, and the other guy he's a big dog here in town.
Okay.
And so that was actually the first time I ever met Nick.
Ah.
Roofer trying to help a roofer.
Yeah.
And now here we are today.
That's funny. Well, we just built Nick Bass a nice new website, so maybe now that he looks more professional online, then
Maybe I'll hire him.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Appearance is reality.
So yeah, that's kind of how it all started. That job went really well. We built it up. We shot the course on SVGU. I got a lot of exposure from that. They put me on the spot wanting a testimonial.
Yeah.
And I think they did like 500 demos from that testimonial. So
did you get it big?
It still to this day plays. Like I have people.
I see the ads. Yeah.
On my baseball team, parents are like, "Oh, we saw you on Facebook again today," and it's that testimonial video that Anthony likes to pump out there. So.
Yeah, he's made millions off of that video, I'm sure.
Yeah, I should get a vig.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they take care of me.
Cool.
We're good.
So you've got experience in all these different types of roofs. Now, is this something you're doing only in Texas or anywhere, or how the logistics work on that?
Man, Colorado's going good. We've got some really cool stuff out there. I'm working on a joint venture in Colorado with Nick Spost from Alliance Construction Services.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy.
Yeah, you stick with the Nicks, huh?
Yeah.
Nick Spost.
That's it. That's it. The Knicks are taking over.
Nice.
And we've got clients too that are also named Nick. It's just it's a little much, but it's going well. He's a really solid guy, and we're doing some really cool projects out there that we're going to be shooting to. It's going to be good stuff. Texas is its own country anyway, so we're traveling for work here is like traveling across the country for others.
Yeah.
Because the state's just so big. So
absolutely.
All the way from the coast, Texas coast. We still got stuff from Harvey we're dealing with, Hurricane Harvey. Licensed in Louisiana, so we got stuff going on there.
Cool.
Doing some joint venture stuff in Florida. All over the place.
Taking over.
Yeah.
And how did all these is this all through kind of social media and just networking and just building relationships and things like that? Like, how did this all come together?
Yeah, being made the poster boy for Win the Storm last year kind of sparked a lot. Everybody saw my face everywhere.
Okay.
So that was the recognition.
Right.
Putting it out there that, like you said, the TPO course, and then we shot another one with Mark Lenzer from Certainty. He's the national rep, and we did kind of like a roofing 101. Mm-hmm. That was last fall. We did it on a charity build. So it's social media, putting that stuff out there, that type of content.
Yep.
Build content.
Right.
We're getting real technical, real specific. This is what you do, and I think people start. We're helping to train our competition.
Okay.
Which didn't make sense at first, but there's something happening in our industry where people are, guys are coming together. Paul Reed from Northwest in Denver is a huge advocate for it. Huge advocate. Like he said, I was out there. I went to one talk at Top Golf.
Oh right, yeah, I saw that.
He had that. I was on my way to the airport and stopped in, and you got Brian Sorensen and Scott Rypel.
Oh yeah.
Like all these guys. He said they used to like fist fight in the streets over roofs and stuff. And now they're all friends. And it's like, hey, the hail was better over on this side of town.
Yeah.
Where they're working together more than against each other, because I think they realize, Denver, Dallas. There's
much. Plenty for everyone. You had that abundance mentality.
If I'm gonna lose a job to somebody, I want to lose it to a buddy.
Right.
Or in general, somebody that knows what they're doing, so at least I know that client's going to get what they deserve.
Right.
They're going to do it at a fair market price, and they're going to do a good job.
Yep.
If I'm going to lose a job, I don't want to lose it to Joe Smo, Chuck and Truck, whatever the hell you want
to
call it.
Yeah.
I want to lose it to somebody I know is going to do it right.
Yeah.
And they're going to lose one to me down the road.
Right.
And it's going to be good. We're going to laugh and high five about it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And there's something in business about that, where you have the customer's best interest in mind, and you're just looking to help them no matter what. If it's bringing in people, giving up maybe a little profit margin, but making sure that job is done right, then that's just it's gonna help everyone in the long run.
It is. And Eric from Nebraska, I can never say it.
Eric Oberetz, D&M Roofing.
Oberetz, yeah, D&M. He's just like, man, I can't believe you guys do that down here. He's like, it's just a bunch of assholes up by me.
Really?
It's
Omaha, the Midwest. It's like I thought everyone was nice
there. I don't know. That's where I come from, and maybe I was an asshole too at one point. But so we want to spread it. We want to work with guys like Eric. He's a great guy. Like, he does a solid business.
Very solid.
He works with Pate from Premier, and they do a lot of stuff together. We want to bring it. We want to spread it.
Yeah.
So, it's a good thing. It's better to be that way than.
It's probably fun too. You get to travel around the country, work with like-minded people on cool projects that you might not otherwise have the opportunity to do, right? Like this school in Colorado. I mean, that's, like you said, once in a lifetime project.
Yeah, for like, you get a little, it's one of those goosebumps.
You better get the video guy lined up for that one.
Yeah, I got to get somebody.
Don't do that without getting some video documentation.
Oh, that thing's going to be unbelievable to do. It's not really the roofing part of it. There's a really cool copper, like observatory style domed roof. The rest is rock ballast and whatnot, but the best part is that Trianon building. It's the terracotta or whatever stonework on the outside is damaged pretty bad, and it was brought in on horse and buggy in 1907. Like, that's
crazy.
It could be from France. It could be from, we don't know where it comes from. We got to do a lot of investigation. We're gonna send it off to a lab to have it broken down and figure out where the chemical makeup. I've actually another roofer helping me, Brian Lemke, he's with Precision. He's like the tile king, the Ludowici tile king, Brian.
He's the guy?
Yeah, he's the guy. So I called him and had a conversation with him, and he hooked me up with a old Irishman mason from Wilmington, North Carolina that has agreed to fly out and take a look at it.
Wow.
And I'm getting all this knowledge. Really knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's not your average, it's a shingle.
Right.
It's shingle that house today. We're doing 3 or 4 roofs today, and they're all, it's not, this is something different.
Right.
It's cool, I'm going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn a lot. And I'm going to learn from other guys. The first to tell you, I don't know everything. And nobody ever does.
Never.
Always be learning. Always, you never stop.
How long you been doing this?
I'm going to be 40 next month, so 20 something years now.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Started swinging a hammer when I was 12.
I started when I was 14.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's good.
It gets in your blood. So what would you recommend to, say, roofing company, contractor, owner, first couple of years in business, just starting out, maybe doing some residential, like the guy who was just in our office, and looking to get more into commercial? Like, what's the best way to break into that? Is it to kind of team up with someone like you, or what would you recommend?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. I wish I had something like this when I first started doing commercial work.
Right.
Because I never did before. In Illinois, it was a whole separate license. There's no licensing here in Texas, so it kind of opened the door for that.
Right.
And in Jersey, when I was out there where we met, I got back into building again. Modular homes, lifting homes, new construction, stick frame, all that stuff. I got away from roofing. So the commercial opportunities here, I had to figure it out real quick. So I would just grind at night and educate myself, study different roof systems. And there's a book actually that Brian Lemke put out that's like 330 pages.
No way.
That is like it's a Bible. It's the commercial Bible.
On commercial roofing systems?
Commercial roofing systems. Every system you could possibly imagine.
Wow. He
spent like a year making this thing. So study that. Study all the different, go to the website, study the products and the warranties, and educate yourself. And then ask for help. If you try to figure it out on your own, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot because I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah, we all have.
So
that's good wisdom, good plan.
Mom, I did that in Vegas, the don'ts.
Yeah.
What not to do when scaling your company.
Yeah, we'll have to do another episode on that.
Yeah, that was a big hit. That was good.
Yeah, overflowing out of the hallways. I was looking at, shorten the learning curve and not, we're all going to make mistakes, but if we can try to limit some of the bigger mistakes that can potentially be catastrophic and put us out of business and
lose money.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to not have any jobs lose money.
Okay.
But I've lost my profits on them where I've not made, so.
Yeah.
But it could go the other way real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Fortunately, I learned on insurance claims where if you miss something, you can go back and ask for it, ask for more, on the back end, supplement.
Instead of being locked in.
If you misbid a retail job, you can't go back and ask for more.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
So you got to know your stuff. You got to do your homework and know what you're getting into, right?
And a lot of the stuff that people are asking us to help with is retail. So.
Sounds like a good model.
It's a scary world. Retail is scary. So.
Yeah, because you get guys coming in that bid it cheap because they it's just a roof, but they don't understand everything that goes into it.
They go out and bid a roof and they don't take a core sample.
Yeah.
They don't even know what a core sample is.
Yeah.
Or once you take one, what do you do with it? What's that mean?
Right.
Okay, look at the codes. What are the codes? What is, every town's different. Every city, every municipality, every state, everything's different. So there's a lot more to think about than just, I'm gonna go put a roof on today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that big job that I did, the TPO job, it was 10 months in the making.
10 months.
So I had 10 months to study and learn and get it right before we even started it. But retail, it's right now.
Yeah.
Let's go. So it's dangerous.
Yeah. That's why they should call Atlas, call you guys, call Nick. I've known you for, 7, 8 years, and you're always looking to help anyone that you can, which is why you're in the position that you are now. So.
Yeah, I like to think so. You could go. There's 2 ways you could go. You could be that asshole that just hides in their shell and doesn't want any help from anybody and thinks they know everything, or just be honest and real and not pretend.
Right.
So.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for your time, Nick.
Yeah, man.